Hello everybody, my name is RetroBoy03 and welcome back to another LEGO video review. Today we'll be taking a look at the LEGO Ninjago Masters of Spinjitzu Hands of Time accessory set. Or at least that's the official title of the set. Personally, I don't think it's a very good one because aside from Skylore having a small cameo, this pack has nothing to do with Season 7, and well, I just don't think accessory set is a very good title for a set that comes with minifigs. I think perhaps a slightly better title would be Ninjago Elemental Masters Battle Pack. But that's just me. Anyway, without further ado, let's take a look at the figures. So to start off, here we have Skylore, Elemental Master of Amber, or, well, Absorption. And this figure is based off of Skylore's Season 6 design, which, seeing as how this design also appeared in Season 7 for a small scene, I can understand how technically this could be considered a Hands of Time set, since, hey, Hands of Time figure. But I digress. Anyway, this is a very nice figure of Skylore. Starting off with the accessories, you can see that she has an elven bow, which is a fine inclusion, although I personally would have preferred if she'd instead just had a crossbow like the original version. And her other accessory is just this little printed sushi piece. It's simple, but it's nice. I like it. Anyway, to start with, as you can see, this figure has a red hood, dark red actually, and it's a pretty nice piece. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's appeared on a few figures before, but I personally don't have one, and it's not a very common piece. And you can switch right from a very common piece to one that I think might be exclusive, as Skylore also just comes with her red ponytail, and this is molded in the actual just standard red color. It's not like any form of orange, it's a straight red ponytail, which I think is pretty cool. And again, I do believe that that is an exclusive color for this piece, at least for the moment. And I think this ponytail does a good job of framing Skylore's single-sided face. I do sort of wish she'd had an alternate expression, perhaps an angry face, or one of her, or when she's become an anaconda. I don't know. But still, I think it's sad that for people that have the original Skylore, we still don't have an alternate expression for her. And while this figure is nice, while this face is nice, there is one problem with it, one pretty major issue. If we compare Skylore to a standard minifig, I'll just take March Harriet here since I have her here, you can see that Skylore's eyes are definitely bigger than those of the average figure. This is a problem that was seen also in the Skybound accessory set battle pack thing, because Nia also had the same problem, where her eyes were also a bit large. And I don't know why this problem is continually made, because, this isn't an issue on the other figures included in this pack, or on the other figures included in the Skybound pack. So I don't know why this is the thing with just female figures in just these Ninjago accessory sets, but it's a weird mistake, and I don't like it very much. But anyway, you can see that Skylore does have some pretty nice torso and leg print, although the cutoff between the print on the torso and the belt is really distracting. Getting past that, it is a nice print. I like how Skylore still has the sort of straps going across the front of her torso, like how she also did in Season 4, so that's nice to keep consistency. And I do really like the dark red color. I think it really goes well with the flame orange, and it just goes to complement Skylore's overall design. You can see that she does have a bit of feminine curvature for her waist, and it's nice overall. And then for the legs, we do have a little printing showing just two stone daggers from the looks of it. So that's nice. And turning this figure around to the back, you can see that she just has the standard brown quiver piece, and removing that is a detail I actually really like, because it just shows the straps, what they would look like without the quiver on, which I think is a really nice detail, because with a lot of Ninjago figures, when you remove the sheath or whatever, the back torso just shows the sheath printed on. For example, this was a big time with, say, the Day of the Departed figures, where they had the sheaths printed on, even when they didn't come with the sheaths. And it was a really big run with Zane from Day of the Departed, because he had a silver, because the 3D sheath piece that you could put two swords in was in silver, but the printed one was brown, so it just didn't work. So anyway, I'm glad that this just shows, like, the straps undone, just for when she's not wearing the quiver. That's a very nice touch, in my opinion. I really like that choice. And overall, I really like this figure. Currently, this is the only way to get Skylore, as the Chondricopter attack is long out of print. In my opinion, this is a better version than that figure. Although, if you want to get this figure, I wouldn't if this is the only thing you like about this pack, I would recommend waiting off, because in the summer of 2018, LEGO's releasing a new version of Skylore in some of the Season 9 sets. I can't tell you how I know this, because I don't want to get a copyright strike from LEGO, but just trust me on this, there will be a new Skylore minifig in 2018, so don't get this set just for her. But this is still a really nice figure. And now let's move on to the next. The second figure we get in this set is Ash, Master of Pokemon. Oh, wait, no, sorry. Ash, Master of Smoke. So, yeah. Right off the bat, there's a big problem with this figure that, well, it's not a problem, but since they do include an alternate piece, but it is really odd how he comes with this gray ninja wrap, since, well, he just never wears one. However, luckily LEGO does include a hairpiece for him, and, well, hey, this wrap is a nice piece to get in just this cheap pack, just a nice little extra. But removing that and putting on his hairpiece, which is another exclusive casting color in sand blue. And I really like this hairpiece. You could use it for a variety of figures, including possibly a custom Rick figure from Rick and Morty. I don't know, that's just a thought. But anyway, the face print, which again is single-sided, in my opinion, is very nice. It just has this sort of insane-looking smile, which I think is very fitting to Ash's character from the few minutes he did appear on screen in Season 4. His accessories are pretty odd, though. They're two black ice cream cones with trans smoke minifig heads on them. And, well, seeing as how the color is literally called trans smoke, it's clear that these are supposed to represent, like, just smoke coming off of his hands, or possibly smoke bombs. I guess if you wanted to use them as that, you could just sort of push on them so they fall off them. Let me just... Okay, it doesn't work like that, so you can't actually use them as smoke bombs. I keep trying to say snoke bombs. I've watched The Last Jedi a few too many times. Good movie, by the way. But anyway, you can see that for the torso and legs of this figure, it is actually some very nice detailing, with a lot of nice armor plating detail. And on the back, it also looks nice with just some straps. I like the bit of fabric that's hanging over the belt. So overall, that is Ash. Another very nice figure from this pack, if I just get the stand back to the center. The last figure that comes in this set is Shade, the Master of Shadow. And, well, this is another very cool minifigure. Just to get his accessories out of the way, he definitely has the most accessories of any of the figures in this pack, although as a trade-off, he doesn't get any form of alternate hairpiece. But anyway, you can see that his accessories are sort of generic. He just gets this black butterfly sword, this unprinted gray shield, which I don't know how many sets that appears in, so that's a pretty cool accessory. In fact, it might be exclusive without any printing, I'm not sure. And that's just the Captain America shield piece, if you can't tell, as well as just a sheath with two katanas in it. So yeah, I like that this figure gets a lot of accessories, and it makes sense to give him weapons, because, like Skylore, his abilities don't really manifest in physical attacks. Anyway, you can see that this figure just has the comb-over hairpiece that LEGO's been using since 2012. It's not exclusive in black, as LEGO's used it for quite a few Robin minifigures, but it still looks nice and definitely fits this character, as well. in the show, he had this exact hairstyle. Anyway, you can see that his face print is very nice, although the expression is a bit odd. I would have preferred just a plain frown. And just like the others, this face is just single-sided, so there isn't any form of alternative expression, but it's still fine, even though it is a bit off. You can see that his torso print is very nice. I really like that armor print, and you could definitely use it, as well as the prints on Ash, I guess. Though I find the Shade figures to be a bit more usable, but you could definitely use these prints outside of the Ninjago theme. I don't know why, but I'm thinking of maybe... My mind's jumping to Skyrim, which is odd, since I don't really play Skyrim, but... I don't know, you could use these prints for a lot of medieval figures. You may notice that Shade doesn't have any leg printing. However, this is because instead, he gets a pair of dual-molded legs, which is really nice for just this little $13 set. I do want to mention that they're not exclusive. These have appeared on a few different Batman minifigures with this same color combo, but it's still nice to see. Very nice, in fact, again, and very cheap. On the back, his back printing isn't very interesting, just sort of a continuation of the front, with sort of all of the armor meeting, and just sort of, his back is pretty much open. I mean, like, obviously he has a shirt covering it, but really his back is rather open to attack. So maybe you should have thought about that, but at the very least, his front has a ton of awesome armor printing, and that's Shade. And that's the last figure in this set. So now let's go on to the final verdict. So overall, for $13 US, would I recommend the LEGO Ninjago Hands of Time accessory set? Well, it's a bit of a difficult choice because, well, I got this set for Christmas, which means I did not have to pay for it. Because if you do have to pay for it, I don't know if I would spring for it, because this is $13 for 3 minifigures. That comes out to $4.33 a minifigure. That is more than the average collectible minifigure series figure, and these figures have less to them than the average collectible minifigure series minifigure. And it's not like these are licensed, these are Ninjago figures, which is LEGO's own IP, so therefore they don't have to pay licensing fees to make these figures. So yeah, this set does seem rather overpriced. I think maybe $10 would have been a better price. Heck, if it was $12, they would have been the same price as CMFs, but at least that would have been bearable. If you remember back to the Skybound Battle Pack I reviewed earlier this year, let me just grab the figures from it, since I actually still have them in my studio. These guys, if you remember, these 4 figures all came in a set that was, for total, $15, and these were the 4 figures that came with it. And I think that for that price, $15, it was worth it, because they were cheaper than CMFs, and they did have some very great stuff to them, such as Zane's side head printing, Mia's great new alternate face, which closely mimicked the design from the first season of the show, as well as the brand new casting colors for the 2 hats for the Sky Pirates. And, well, this set doesn't seem to offer much of that. I mean, we do get the 2 new casting colors for the hair pieces, which is very nice, but neither of these pieces are very usable. I mean, technically, I guess you could use the red ponytail for something in a normal city environment, but the sand blue hair really doesn't work outside of, like, Rick and Morty or possibly some other sort of odd sci-fi. But yeah, but, I mean, for a Ninjago fan, on the other hand, this set is a must-buy, because, in my opinion, Season 4 of Ninjago is the best season of the show, and Season 6, which the Skylore figure is from, is a close second. So I think all 3 figures are great, though maybe not worth the price of admission, but it's really up to you. If you think these figures are worth $13 to get the 3, that's great. I personally think it's a bit much, but yeah, I still have them here, obviously. so that's good. So, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see all of you in the next video. Farewell. Oh, actually, I just forgot to give this a rating. It's, I give it a B+. Toodles.